weekend is about Brett Curren, car 52, Mustang no doubt, and a beautiful Mustang for that too. But yeah, you know, we can't bring him back, but we can remember him, and we can remember him in a positive way, and you know, show him the respect from this weekend. So you know, hats off to Curro. He was a great competitor, and I always used to love talking to him after we came back in off the track, because it was always, Anthony, what have we got to do to beat those Chevys? Can't say the word. But no, it was great, and you know, I'm going to miss him. We're all going to miss him. But we got to move on as well. But this has been a good memorial weekend for Brett, and everybody that attended this weekend has taken home a nice little trophy with Brett's picture on it, and it's just a bit of a thank you for making the effort to turn up this weekend for Brett.
Australian TransAm are back at Queensland Raceway for round 2 of the Tenkate Plant and Hire Australian TransAm Series for 2019. This is a special race meet for the Australian TransAm community, remembering a great friend and competitor, Brett Curren, who drove the number 52 Mustang. He sadly passed away recently after losing his battle with cancer. Very cold. Yeah, it's got to be what, 3-4 degrees, something like that. Yeah, anyway, we'll get plenty of horsepower this morning and no grip. So it should make for an entertaining qualifying.
Some additions to the field this weekend?
Yeah, we got a couple of returns here. You know, I'd like to say a big welcome back to Bowie, Mark Rotel and Dan. These guys have come to show some respect to our good mate Brett Curren, who unfortunately and sadly has passed away a fortnight this morning. So this is the Brett Curren Memorial Race for 2019, and as you can see by the windscreen labels, we've dedicated this weekend to Brett. Still going to be great racing, but you know, this is out of respect for Brett and Brett's family, and a lot of close friends as well. So yeah, it's going to be a good day. Sun will be up, and we'll get out there and have some fun.
the cold suiting the number 20 Firebird of Ian Palmer, who set a blistering 1 minute 19.59 to take pole position, a full 7/10 ahead of his closest competitor John English in the number 11 Firebird. Sean Evans, hot on the back of his clean sweep from round 1, was keen to continue the momentum. However, Prefontaine in the number 21 Mustang with the fresh-built engine was keen to make up for lost time after missing round 1 due to a blown engine. Prefontaine too fast in the 5 litre class for Evans and taking the pole for the 5 litre group. We jump on board with LaRosa in the number 3 Mustang. And already, straight from the line, they're jostling for positions. Chris himself getting up into 3rd position ahead of John English. While the top 4 got away for a clean start, further back in the pack, the number 33 Mustang of Harry Shara-Landis tangled with the number 99 Mustang of Sean English. Both of them spinning out right in the middle of turn 1. Sending the following competitors scrambling to the inside and outside of the track to avoid getting tangled in the incident. Mark making his way all the way through the gravel trap and out the other side, and Dan getting stuck deep in the gravel. For the restart, let's jump on board with Anthony Tenkate and take in all the action from the cockpit of the number 69 Mustang as he muscles his way up into first place on the first lap. The racing was red hot at the top end of the field, with John English working his way back through the field to finish second, just behind the number 20 Firebird of Ian Palmer. 5 litre class. In the 5 litre classic class, Prefontaine was just too strong for Sean Evans. Sean hanging on to Ron, but unable to make an impact. Prefontaine finishing 5th, with Sean Evans and Mark Rotel right behind him.
I'm having a ball. Yeah, swapping positions, first, second, third, back to second, back to first, back to third. Yeah, no, that's what it's all about. It's not just about getting out there and domination. It's about getting out there, doing your best, having fun. And we certainly did that this weekend.
Some of it from your perspective?
Well, I started second on the grid, and I ended up at turn 2, fourth or fifth, I think. Yeah, once everybody started going down the inside of me, I had nowhere to go. Then I just straightened everything up and closed the back straight. It took me about 2 laps, I think, to eventually get back into second again. But hey, it's all. I think everybody enjoyed it, so that's the main thing. Is everybody had fun and saw what we were doing, and they loved it. It was great stuff. Good for the crowd.
Yeah.
Good for the fans.
It was really great to watch. I know exactly what you mean.
With qualifying on all 3 races on the same day, the pit garages were absolutely buzzing all day. Small gaps between races meant that crews had to work quickly. Race 2 was a return to the exciting split grid format. This format has the less powerful 5 litre cars starting approximately 30 seconds ahead of the outright trophy cars, creating some fantastic racing on track, with drivers battling not only within their class, but also in the later stages of the race, the 6 litre cars catching the 5 litre cars and picking their way through. In a fantastic start to the split grid race, Sean Evans got the jump on Prefontaine, holding on around the outside of turn 1 to take the lead of the race. Evans holding off the experienced Ron Prefontaine for many laps before Ron finding a way past at turn 1 and taking back the top spot in the 5 litre class. In the 6 litre class, after being pushed wide around the outside of turn 1 in race 1, John English was keen to make up, getting a cracking start and taking the race lead. However, Palmer in the number 20 Firebird wasn't letting English have it that easy, keeping the pressure on as they picked their way through the 5 litre cars and headed to the front of the pack.
Well, that's what racing's all about. I really enjoy having cars around me, whether there's one challenging me from behind or I've got one in front. That, to me, that's racing. It's not much fun if you're out there on your own. You may as well drive around with a cup of coffee in your hand making a phone call. But no, I enjoy challenging people on the track, or being challenged on the track. And each time I came up behind a slower car, I had a bit of fun with them before I passed them, and then I moved on to the next one. C'est la vie. Yeah, I've had a lot of positive comment about it from people that were watching, which is good, which means we should do it on a regular basis. You know, 1 or 2 races a weekend, depending on how many races we have. But it's good just to mix it up, yeah. And it gives the 5 litre boys a shot at front. And they know what it's like out the front as well, instead of just the 6 litre boys there all the time. Last half to 2/3 of the race, that's where it gets real exciting. It gets everybody involved again, drivers and spectators and our crews. Everyone's in there going, have a go. Yeah.
How was your practice yesterday and getting the new engine run in and ready to go?
The new engine's perfect. Horsepower Solutions did it. Justin Horsepower Solutions did it from scratch. We replaced all the internals, so it's got a lot more punch, especially coming out of the corners. And minor issue this morning, we sorted that out. So yeah, I'm having a fun time. Moving through the grid and doing whatever. Well, the first race was all right. I was having fun with Sean, who's a young gun driver, and some of the other guys, and try to keep up with the 6 litres. And that's what I want to do this time. I'm going to mix with them a bit, I think, hopefully, and see if I can keep up with them at least, because they've got a little bit more horsepower, and some of those guys are pretty good drivers too. All of them are. Yep.
The 6 litres.
Well, it was fun. Sean got the jump on me on the start, so I had to. And he's a real competitor, not an easy guy to pass. I've got more punch in him, so I should be able to get by him. But he's got youth and skill on his side, so it was fun though, because he. And then on the restart, he jumped me. He got ahead of me in the restart, so I had to pass him again. And then and John English and Ian came by, and then Tenkate, I just followed him around to the end. It was just fun.
Well, one race to go. Hold off the young gun for that last race.
I'll certainly try. He knows that. So but he's a fair racer, and he comes over and that was fun, and we have a little hug, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So it's good. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Rob. Enjoy the last race.
Cheers.
With round 2 being a one-day format, race 3 would not only be the last race for the day, but for the round, and the last chance to get those ever important championship points.
Practice yesterday, we had some brake issues.
Yeah, yesterday was on and off day for us. We really struggled with a few things with the brakes. I got a new caliper, upgraded the caliper, so we were just finding the fine tuning of it a bit harder, and I ended up finding I was breaking the tube off, the crossover tube off with a wheel weight. I mean, I think, you know, so. But in the end, you know, we sorted that out. I seem to be able to brake pretty late now, so as Ronnie will tell you later. So yeah, we're having a good day so far. It's good fun. Everybody's having a good day, so I think we're in the last one. We'll see what she's got.
Excellent. So the 2 races you've had today, you're starting behind Ronnie for both of them. How did you go in the first race in your battle with Ron?
Oh, well, Ronnie pulled away a bit. We had that turn 1 sort of incident, and I just sort of held my line and stayed out as best I could. Next thing you know, Ronnie had a gap, and I thought if I could just hold the gap to Ron, I'm okay with it, you know. And I knew I was going to beat him on straight line, so I thought you might as well just hang back. But no, we kept with him, and we were within a few tenths of his time anyway, so I'm more than happy to do that. And I've got a longer picture to think about. I've got the championship to think of this year, and you know, now that it's all the balls in my court, so I've got to really sort of be a bit smarter about things. Yeah, we're getting there, and I just got to, I think in the last one, if I really try, don't use the brakes again, I'll straight by him. So, but yeah, we're having a good day, right? And we're looking towards pushing the championship lead out. Looking forward to the next one. So.
Excellent. And race 2, the split grid, you got Ron off the start.
Yeah, I got Ronnie. Well, I said to Dad, I said if he's going to hold it, walk us all up at turn 1, I'm just going to go around the outside. He knew I was there and he wanted to force me wide, so I just forced the issue and went around the outside. And I managed to pull a fair bit of a gap out of it at turn 2, and I thought if I can hold the line and hold the gap, I'll be able to just, you know, pull it through. But the 6-litre boys caught us a bit quicker than last time, and I ended up, you know, I got a bit of issue with turning left. The car doesn't want to turn left at the moment. I think if we sort that out, then we'll get it down to the wheel alignment and get it all sort of trued up again. Once we get that sorted out, I think overall, you know, I would have been able to hold Ronnie off with a wheel alignment. So, but other than that, it's good fun. I love racing Ron, even though he might not like it. Ronnie and I always have a good battle, and there's no paint swapping, that's how it should be. So.
Yeah, no, you said you're having a lot of fun. It must be great to have those little battles on the track.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'll tell you that much. I'm waiting for him to flip me the bird out the window.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, 1 race to go. All the best.
Give us some jandal.
It's been a spectacular day of racing here at Queensland Raceway for the Racing for Curro Australian TransAm Tenkate Plant Hire Round 2. I hope you've enjoyed all the action from this round of the Australian TransAm series. Our next round is June 22nd and 23rd as part of the 2 Days of Thunder at Queensland Raceway. Make sure you join us at the track.